All I see is darkness today. Everything's a blur, nothing really makes sense. I went to Golgotha yesterday. How could I not after placing my burdens on this man who had touched my soul? I needed to see the journey through. He died at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He had hung there on the cross for 3 hours. He cried out to his Father that those who put him there would be forgiven. He was looking up to the sky as he said it. It was like he had a direct connection to someone we could not see. The moment sent shivers down my spine. One of the men hanging with him asked Jesus to remember him in the kingdom. He must have seen something in those piercing eyes too. I couldn't believe what I heard next. Jesus said that on that very day the man would be with him in paradise. Paradise sounds glorious. But how can such glory come after such pain? For that time of day it was so dark outside. As it reached 3 o'clock, Jesus cried out, "It is accomplished." And as he did, the ground shook. At least I think the ground shook. My legs gave way about the same time. I had to turn my face away as the soldier pushed a spear into Jesus' side. But then as I looked back, I saw blood and water spray out over him from the wound. The soldier fell to his knees. It was like he was overcome with emotion. I'm sure his own tears were mixed with the blood and water as his hands covered his face and his body shook. It was like he received blessing and his eyes were opened for the first time. I wonder if he felt guilty for putting Jesus on the cross in the first place. Or does he now know something that the rest of us are struggling to understand? I overheard bits of conversation over the 3 hours. Apparently Jesus had warned people that the end was near, but that things would be okay again. It doesn't feel like things are going to be okay. The expression on his face was one of peace though, like he really had accomplished something he had set out to do. He had also told his followers to continue his work. If they can find the strength to carry it on, maybe I could help too. The men took Jesus' body down from the cross with such care and handed him to his mother. I will never forget the pain on her face as she cradled her son. The way she would have cradled him the day he was born, pouring her love over him like it was all she had to give. She wiped the blood from his face with the water of her tears. She kissed his closed eyes, nuzzled her face in the crease of his neck. He wouldn't have that newborn smell now, but I'm sure she remembered it. A local man came with others to prepare the body and wrap it for burial. They took Jesus to a tomb, one that had never been used before. I stayed where I was for some time. I was sure I heard a loud crash of rock against rock as the tomb was sealed. At that moment, I felt my heart break, and emotion overwhelmed me. The sun began to set to mark the beginning of the Sabbath. And now I am here, wondering, waiting. He had said things would be okay. I'm trying to pray, but the words don't come so easily today. The thoughts in my head must be prayers that I can't form into words. I'm focusing on a word I heard him say, paradise. Paradise. If that criminal would now be in paradise with him, surely when our time comes there would be no less for us. But today I watch and wait. Through the pain, darkness and uncertainty, I wait to see if things really will be okay. I handed over my burdens yesterday and today I feel the weight of grief heavily in its place. He died for us. I want to live my life for him. I want to carry on what he started. Let's see what tomorrow brings, and then the work can begin.